I don't know if you've seen the news, but a couple of things that I've been working on for a while is Amazon and the environment. And just in this last week, I haven't really gotten much traction on either of the issues. They're just really important to me. But anyways, the last couple weeks, all this news is coming out, and it's one of them is that Amazon's competitors have come together to fund a nonprofit organization about the free market and funded them due to Amazon's anti-competitive practices. And I've reached out to many of these organizations before, years ago, a couple years. I've been working on Amazon fake shipping fraud, and no traction, no response, knowing that Amazon's hurting retail. And that's one of the funders of the anti-Amazon campaign is retail property owner, and also Oracle Data, who is competing against Amazon and for bidding for government contracts. And then also there's another company, Walmart, which I didn't reach out to Walmart. I reached out to Sears, hoping that they would like find some way, maybe sue Amazon like I did. Maybe that they would sue Amazon, and no, they didn't do it. They just, destroyed that company anyways. But the point of this, and then we got the walks on Friday, right? The Fridays for the future, and it's just, I've been working on emissions tax for so long, 3 years. Like, went through all my savings just trying to stay alive. I thought that it was going to be a game changer, and if the plan was enacted, it would be. But I guess what this video is I'm just really upset that I've shown so much talent and work, and maybe this is just my ego, but I can't get resources. The only resources I can get is to do the same old stuff. So I've been writing about this stuff for years. I've been writing about how carbon tax doesn't work, and it's bad for everyday people, and it won't work. And where it's enacted, it has not really reduced pollution meaningfully, and it's just frustrating. So I don't know, hopefully this message resonates with you. I'm not giving up, I'm just getting stronger, but I'm also getting older, and it's becoming more difficult. I got kids now, and I have, I'm starting to get some clients for my marketing company, but I really need to be working on the environment and small business issues like Amazon ruining everybody. And it's just really tough. I see all these things, I see how they would play out, and then a group of 30 marketing specialists with 4-year degrees, access to money, they may have even seen my work, and they go and combine it all together. Don't reach out to me. They'll say, "Hey Robert, I know you made a video," and they just take it for themselves. So I mean, this is why the economy is a mess. This is why there's problems. This is why there's school shootings. It's because people aren't able to get what they need. They don't think that there's a way for them to get what they need, and so they do something bad to make it happen, or to at least get some attention. And that's inefficient. That's the loss. That's a loss of productivity when people aren't living up to their potential. And it's all just so people who are in power can stay in power. And it's ridiculous. It's going to be that we're destroying the planet. We got people marching saying that, hey, if we march, we just want you to pay attention to climate and the environment. So we're going to march and cause a bunch of ruckus because we're in high school and we can. And then what's going to happen And I'm already foreseeing it because they've already been pushing on it, pushing on a carbon tax. Exxon's been funding a carbon tax because they've seen the light. They're just going to put some band-aid policy that's going to get the attention off the internet, off of the environment. And, hey, we did something. Absolve them of any liability too, as well, in the process. That's what they do. They hire these organizations and they come up with these PR campaigns and schemes. And then there's going to be a carbon tax, which has been pushed forever, and it's going to tax and raise gas prices 30 cents a gallon, which is not going to do anything for the environment except for make a lot of people rich, which won't help the environment, but they'll be rich, and they'll be able to play with that money until they return it as a dividend or what. Just like insurance, man. Insurance is a scam. It's all a scam. And then look, there's a need for this stuff, and I understand. You know, I'm not trying to say that like this world. Look, I mean, look at this building. Look at this building. It's huge. It's amazing. That's just one of them. And this is in a little city. Little city. And that's amazing. And we're lucky for that. But are things getting better? Are people becoming happier? I said that they're not. I say that people are becoming less happy, less involved, more alone in their thoughts. And people aren't helping because there's no incentive to help. It's the only incentive to enslave other people and have them work for you for no money at all. So again, I'm rambling. This is what I do. At least it's practicing. And but the point is that if you look at my work, you'll see all the stuff that I've done, and I've done it before other people, just not as well because I don't have the resources. But the ideas, and I actually did something about it, it's ahead of the news trend. It's ahead of the curve. No high school diploma, no college education, no father. I've been to jail for stealing DVDs. I got an office. I've traveled across the country, but I still don't have a lot of money. And I did at one point, but then the recession hit and everybody just started chewing each other apart. So I'm not perfect, but you know, anytime that someone is feeling unhappy or that the world is not working, either they're crazy and they can never change, or they're not being productive. They might be right, they might be wrong, but if they feel like the world isn't fair, then they're not going to give it their all. If they feel like they're not getting a fair shake, retreating. If they're smart, that's what they'll do. Now, eventually, we all have to succumb to rent and paying taxes, and handling our responsibilities. But I mean, is this what we want? Consolidated power with no opportunity to change anything? So I guess that's my little walk. Maybe I'll cut this up and see how it looks on film. Well, not really film, it's just digits. And we edit out some of the junk, but you know, I'm here, man. Give me a shot. I'm showing so much, but I'm not giving up. It's easy. I know I'm winning. It's just frustrating because it takes so long. It's so slow, and you see someone else that just slap something together. I mean, I can show you this group. I've already reached out to them, so they want to talk to me about the Amazon fake shipping scam. But they got millions of dollars. I had to pay hundreds of dollars and spend dozens of hours to sue them. And then it didn't get thrown out of court, but they didn't follow the rules. Like, they didn't follow the rules. And I have to feed kids. They know the rules too. And then it's just the court system's corrupt. Everything's corrupt by people who have the power. And there's some good reasons for it, but like, It's not good, man. I guess you just be happy, right? Just be happy with yourself. Be happy inside. But something's going to happen. I've written a book that's registered in the Library of Congress called Incentives in the Environment. And it talks about why there's still pollution. Because people do what's in their best perceived interest, or their perceived best interest. Sorry. People do what's in their perceived best interest. That's something I wrote about in the book. Not just what's in their best interest, because people will do heroin not because it's in their best interest, but it's in their perceived best interest at the time. Meaning, I feel bad, this needle will make me feel better, and then they do it. But then that also leaves room for manipulation, and that's what's happening right now when you have the climate strikes and people walking around. Ooh, don't want to cross that. Breaking the law, get killed. Ooh, this place is nice. I was here the other day. So anyways, they want to fix the environment. They want to save the world, right? And they're young and they're full of passion. And you say, listen, it's okay. It's actually your duty. Don't go to school. Come march for us. Come push our political agenda for free. And if you get arrested, that's okay. We won't bail you out. We'll take the footage and put it on our websites and use it for a marketing campaign so that we can push our lobbyist agenda, our funders agenda, the people who fund our campaigns. So it works like this. They go, hey, guy in the environmental, Bill McKibben, 350.org. We want to work with you. We're a fossil fuel company. And we know we're wrong and we know our time's up. So, we've seen what happened with cigarettes. So, look it. You have a big following. People know who you are. You want to save the environment, don't you? Well, look it. We're going to fight you tooth and nail if you give something or a proposal that actually will do something. So what we're going to do is we'll fund you and put you on and work with you, and our media outlets will put you on, and we'll announce this climate strike and Fridays. We'll put all this, even though Robert Tanguay with emissions taxes for years has been trying to get our attention, we'll put that all on, and then once it becomes popular and there's a movement, then you need to propose a bill. We're going to call it the Green New Deal. Whatever is nice. But you can't even come up with a new name because all the names are gone. So we'll do, instead of the New Deal, it's the Green New Deal. Or we'll propose the 12-year-old carbon tax. And you can just slap on a small fee that will not reduce any demand, and we'll get it passed. We'll fund it. We'll get it passed. That's what we need you to do. Don't put any real policy together. Just fund a carbon tax. Just discuss carbon taxes. And say the time to act is now. And if you want to learn more about this, because I just don't have it all together. I wasn't expecting to get into this thing. But I do have it all together written. Why a carbon tax will not save the earth, and the downfalls of carbon tax. But basically, you give all the money, poor people will give all their money up front, only to get some back with a dividend at the end of the year. But during that year, they don't have that money. But they still have to get to work, so they're still going to buy gas, but now it's going to be more expensive. And maybe, they'll reduce their usage. But when gas prices in 2006, 8, 12, 11 went up, almost doubled, or did double, the amount of gasoline used really didn't go down. So the same amount of pollution. In fact, it may have gone up, except at the beginning of the recession. And you can chime in if you have these stats. It doesn't matter. It's just the concept. So the concept is that all these movements that you see, everything on mainstream TV, all is funded by big money, big special interests. So if you see a climate strike on Channel 9 News that's part of a big media conglomerate, realize that it's been approved by everybody down the road. Shell, the healthcare industries, insurance, all their sponsors. It's all been approved. So that's what I'm working for, is to cut through that crap. And I'm not asking for handouts. I'm a for-profit organization, just as you are. You're a for-profit, I'm for-profit. But there's rules. And my profit can't be a direct tort, or can't be directly affect your profit illegally. Now there's competition, but as we see, large corporations break the laws all the time, and then they end up doing settlements for a fraction of what they've gained in free money through the stock market, or any other means, the profits, the customers, the people they put out of business. Like for instance, okay, you got Amazon, right? They made tons of money with the fake shipping scam. And I've laid that all out. I'm a seller too, and I was a seller at the time, and I got it all captured and screenshot. Anyways, they made a ton of money, and they put their competitors out of business. Years ago, Radio Shack, gone. Toys R Us, gone. Toys R Us is gone. Do you know how many more toys they're gonna sell with Toys R Us gone? Do you know how much Mattel needs Amazon now that Toys R Us is gone? So that people don't buy used toys. They want to push the new toys, the new plastic crap. They can't sell used toys. Mattel will go out of business. They have to sell new toys, new characters. They're doing that through Amazon. Well, anyways, Amazon's captured that market. And if they get found guilty, well, those companies are gone already. Radio Shack's gone. Sears, gone. And there'll be more gone. GameStop's next. So, and they know it, but this is the way our world's set up. This is who we reward. And if you want to keep working at Starbucks, if you're working at Starbucks and you're a young guy, and you want to keep doing that, go ahead, just let it slide. If you're an old person and you realize that you don't have any opportunity and your retirement's low, well, emissions tax, it's going to lower income tax to promote people to work. If you have nothing, you need to work to get claim your stake in this world, and that's good. That's good capitalism. So let's lower the income tax. Let's have people happy to work and get paid for hard work. Work. And then the pollution is priced. The pollution's taxed. So then we tax pollution, which will create incentive for people to use non-polluting labor. Meaning, just for instance, you got to get to work. Would you ride your bike? Or would you drive your car? Would you maybe carpool because gas is so expensive? And then third, you fund liabilities with an emissions tax. Liabilities meaning bills, debts to society, healthcare. Now you may say healthcare is not. Some people say that, hey, no, you do not have a right to healthcare. I'm one of them actually. But just say, anyways, it'll be funded. But Medicare, it's in law. Right now you have Medicare, you pay into it. Well, that's what an emissions tax would pay for, because the health is linked to the environment. And the environment is degrading because we all pollute. And large corporations pollute even more. There's more incentive to pollute. Do you know how long it just takes to walk around? I would never get anything done if I just walked to work every day, and I don't get anything done anyways. But let's see. Well, that's my exercise. Sometimes I ride my bike to to work, especially with this nice weather. But today I didn't because I had a meeting. I had to move quickly. Otherwise, that meeting wouldn't have made. It was actually for a client. I was setting up a client's meeting for him, and I did that, and I had to go. It was an emergency. So if you actually plan things better and are more efficient, then you create less pollution. But if you're running around quickly, putting out fires, starting new projects, doing new things, well, that's how you burn a lot of resources, a lot of energy. I have a saying that you can fly a plane up to the clouds to get a drink of water, or you could set up buckets on the ground and wait for it to rain. You're going to get a lot more water the other way, and you're going to use a lot less energy. So there's that. We're back.